Why do you keep talking to Brandon?
Huh? And who is this exactly? And I have something to ask of you. Brandon has been looking for his phone for a while now, so do you mind returning it to him? What do you think you were doing taking it from him without his permission?
How about you answer my questions first, little missy, and then I will answer yours. I asked why you keep messaging Brandon. Can you answer me, please? It looks like you and him talk quite a lot. Like the two of you are closer to each other than you guys should be. Just thinking that he is texting another woman makes me feel sick to my stomach.
What? You looked through all of our messages? What the hell? I can't believe you do that. Give his phone back right now. He told me that when he got back to the dressing room, his phone was missing from the chair he left it on. He is frantically looking all over for it right now.
Could you just shut up and answer my question already? And by the way, do you know what day it is today? It is the day of our wedding, but it seems like he has another girl that keeps trying to get his attention.
Wait, today is your wedding? Then this must be Stacy, right? Well, that is a relief. We were all thinking that somebody had stolen Brandon's phone.
Huh? Don't think you can just start acting like everything is okay without answering me. You ugly witch.
What?
You're an ugly little witch. Ugly. Absolutely horrible to look at. Seriously, who the hell are you? Someone ugly like you should just get out of his life. And let's be clear here. Why is someone as gross as you invited to be a part of our wedding? You don't have the right to be sitting in on my special day when it looks to me like you're trying to take Brandon from me.
Well, about that. I don't think you fully understand who you are talking with right now, do you? And by the way, this is our first time talking with one another, right? So don't you think it is a little rude to be making fun of me and calling me names before you even know who I am?
Huh! Am I saying something that is going to make you upset or something? What are you trying to do anyway? I bet you're going to try to stop him from marrying me. What are you going to do? Confess your love at the altar? And I get that you are very close to him, but he has no common sense inviting someone that I have no clue about to our wedding. Especially when it is another, albeit ugly, girl.
Oh? You actually think that I would be coming to your wedding just to take the time to steal Brandon from you? Well, thank you for thinking that I would have the confidence to even do such an embarrassing thing.
Seriously, what are you up to? Just when I thought Brandon had left the dressing room with his phone, I saw your text message come through on his phone screen out of the corner of my eye and realized he left it on his seat. Then, when I looked at your message, I noticed that the two of you are pretty close to one another. And that made me feel absolutely horrible, you know. Literally sick. Now our wedding is going to be ruined because your ugly butt was invited to it.
Can you calm down for a sec? Or are you just going to keep texting me insults? And do you not realize that I am one of his relatives? I don't have any intentions of getting romantic with him. I never did. Why did you think that I was trying to get close to him romantically based off of our text messages?
Do you think I am going to fall for that? I wasn't born yesterday. If you are his relative, then you should have come and introduced yourself to me before being invited to the wedding. Don't you think? Because right now, I know practically nothing about who you are. Now get out! I don't want you at my wedding. Leave before I have to confront you face to face.
All right, whatever. After all of the insanely rude things you've said to me, I can tell that no matter what I say to you, it won't calm you down. I guess I really won't bother myself with showing up after all. Can you at least let my little brother know that I won't be coming to the wedding? Tell him that you are uncomfortable having me there, and that you feel that I am going to act like some degenerate and try to take him from you. So you want me to stay away.
What? He's your little brother? What? I'm really sorry. I didn't realize that you were his older sister. I really made myself look like a fool by the way I spoke to you.
You are definitely right about that. But I can't see myself talking to you anymore. Goodbye.
Wait, I have something to ask. I know it's a little late now, but do you think you can still come back to the wedding? Brandon is really upset that you decided to leave on his important day over some silly conversation.
And why would I care to come back and see you? You said that an ugly girl like me doesn't have the right to come to your wedding anyway.
Right. That was an accident. You can forget about everything that I said.
I don't think I really can. You told me that I was an ugly witch trying to steal your soon-to-be husband away from you, right? So I don't think it's a good idea for me to come back if that's the case.
Please forget about what I said. I feel terrible thinking about how I acted towards you.
I wonder if I am also to blame since I didn't immediately tell you who I was. But the fact that you looked at our conversations on his phone and didn't get the hint that I was related to him tells me there might be something wrong with you.
I'm seriously so very sorry.
And on top of that, I didn't think that someone would be so verbally abusive to someone that had just returned home from Africa. Like, I am already exhausted and easily irritable, and you're just going to sit there berating me with stupid questions and remarks? Well, I guess you wouldn't be as self-conscious about how you act anyways when you were sitting behind the screen of his phone. If it makes you feel any better, there is also the fact that I was once told that I looked like a dwarf a long time ago when I was in middle school. And ever since then, I got the nickname Dwarfy. So I guess I should be used to being called terrible things by other people, right? It's just natural at this point.
No, I didn't mean to be so rude to you.
I'm sure you also think that my face resembles that of a dwarf's face as well. Maybe you can add that to your list of derogatory words that you'd like to use against me.
No.
I'm surprised you didn't just say,
"That's exactly what you look like."
oh gosh, please forgive me. Now I'm stooping to your level, aren't I? Anyways, to someone like me, I don't really care what I look like. Because I am above those that call me an ugly witch. And also, I already told both my little brother and my parents that I don't want anything to do with you.
What? Please, don't think about us like that.
It's already been decided that I can't think of us in any other way.
I have been thinking for the longest time now that I want to meet you. I thought it would be nice to meet Brandon's older sister at my wedding.
That should have been why, when I told you that I was Brandon's relative, your attitude should have changed. But even if you had wanted to meet me, I'm sure you would have still gone around calling me ugly, even if it was behind my back.
Well, about that. I had always thought that it was amazing that Brandon's older sister was over in Africa working. You would have all sorts of fun and exciting things that we could talk about. That's one of the reasons why I really want to become close with you.
What do you mean by wanting to become close to me just because I was working in Africa? In other words, are you saying that if I wasn't working over there, you wouldn't really care about getting to know me? Is that my only redeeming quality to you?
Well,
It seems like you just want to make me feel better for your own sake. Like you are going to gain something from our relationship that you can't get from someone who hasn't been overseas working. If that's going to be the case, then goodbye.
Wait, please don't leave just yet. If I don't ever get the chance to become close to you, things will be worse for our families. Anytime we see each other, there will be an awful atmosphere around us. And family gatherings will never work out because the two of us can't be in the same place together. So would you please just come to our wedding? Please.
I take it that in a little bit your wedding will be starting, right? Can you stop texting me and get back to preparing for your wedding? How many times do I have to tell you goodbye?
Right now everyone is getting prepared in the dressing room, so I have time to talk to you. Please, please, please. Please. Long time no see. This is your sister-in-law, Stacy. I just asked Brandon what your new number was. It looks like you just got back to America from Africa, right? That's great. If it's fine with you, do you want to get together for a lunch or something sometime? it'll be on me. It's been a while since we last chatted, and I wanted to catch up with you and see how life has been treating you. I know I have been needing a little family time with my older sister. Anyways, I'm looking forward to hearing back from you soon.
Hey, Avery. How's it been? I'm sorry, but Stacy kept on asking and begging for me to give her your number. I ended up giving in. Please don't get upset with me. Did you get any messages from her yet?
You idiot. How could you give my number to that jerk?
Don't call me an idiot.
I see that you somehow managed to stay together with her while I was away. And it seems like she has you on a leash, dragging you all over the place at her command, based on the fact that you couldn't keep my number a secret from her. I only just got back again from Chad, and now I am going to have to deal with her while also trying to get back to the American routine. But I suppose if you are going to marry someone as ridiculous as her, then you are going to reach your breaking point at some point.
Avery, come on. All of what she said to you happened 3 years ago. I know it was horrible what she called you, but can't you just let it go?
I won't. You of all people should understand that I can't forgive her for what she said. You already saw how horribly I was treated by people back in the day when I was going to school. You also know that I have no patience for people with little to no common sense, right? How could she not tell that I was your sister based on the way I was talking to you in our text messages?
I know that. But Stacy already feels very sorry for what she said. She is always talking about how she wishes that you would just forgive her already so that we can get past this and start becoming a happy family again.
She thinks that me forgiving her will put all of this behind us? Why do I have to be the one to forgive her? Just to make her feel better about herself so that she can go back to being a complete idiot? For how she decided to treat me during the first time we had ever spoken to one another, and the fact that she didn't even know who I was to begin with, shows me that she has probably been doing this to other people for a long time now. Don't you think so?
I'm sure that you are probably right, but...
3 years ago, back when all of this went down, you said to her that there was no way you and I would ever forgive her. I was almost positive that you were going to back down from the marriage after seeing that I didn't join the wedding after her harsh remarks. But now, I am still astonished by the fact that you still went through with the wedding. Was it because you were so love-struck by her that you ended up marrying and forgiving her? Does that also mean that you are making her feel like she can get away with acting like a child? Well, if she starts doing anything insane to you, don't bother coming to me for help, because I already told you many times that she is a piece of crap.
You don't have to start talking like that about me, too. We both know that it was just Stacy that created this mess.
So?
How long do you plan to hold on to this grudge for? I think it would be better for everyone if you would just throw this all behind you and start moving forward.
Do you think it is just that simple, though?
No, but I'm talking about the fact that you and her are relatives now. So I'd really like to see the two of you make up already. I think our whole family would like to see that happen. Right now, Stacy is really feeling down because you won't message her back about going out to eat together. She says that you haven't even read what she sent you. Did you end up blocking her or something?
You should already know the answer to that, right? You just said to me that you want me to put all of this behind me and make up. But how could I possibly make up with someone that called me an ugly witch multiple times? She also acted as though I was some chick trying to take you away from her, even before she actually got to know who I was. So do you really want me to have to put up with what she said and be friends with her?
You don't have to forget about what she said to you then. But just be a little nicer to her. Please. Even if you have to fake it.
That's pretty rash of you to expect that from me. Well, whatever. I guess I'll give this a shot.
Huh. What are you planning to do?
Do you really think I am going to sacrifice my own mental health for her? Really? For a while, I guess I was alienating myself quite well from her while I was in Africa. But I have to draw the line somewhere when you two are going to continue to pester me over this. I'm going to cut all ties with her. I don't want her in my life. Maybe I'll go as far as to get a restraining order made up for us or something, just to make it as official as possible.
You're thinking of getting a restraining order from her. Can you just calm down for a few minutes? I know this is going to sound even harsher, but I'm not just going to cut ties with her, you know. I might as well cut ties with you as well, since you will always be on her side. Even me? I didn't do anything to you. Please rethink this. We're family. You are my older sister, after all.
Hey! How's it going, Avery? I see you finally found the unblock button. Thank you very much.
It seems you're all happy-go-lucky without even knowing what's going to happen between us.
Huh?
Do you even know the reason why I decided to let you contact me? Did Brandon not give you the rundown on everything?
Does this have something to do with Devin?
You really don't know what's going on then, huh? Even though I don't really care about anything to do with you. What was your reason for getting my fiancé's contact information?
Because he was the only way I could ever get in touch with you since you had me blocked for such a long time.
You are a real pain in the butt, you know that? Now Devin is confused by all of the messages you keep sending him. Some not even relating to me. He also doesn't get why you think talking to him will ultimately make things better for us. Especially after everything I have told him about our past.
But listen! I want to become close with my soon-to-be brother-in-law as well. And I also really want to ask you guys another question. Are you both working for the same company overseas?
Then it seems you already went ahead and looked through his social media. Why do you always try and find ways to mess with me in my life? Is it because you want me to continue to hate you or something?
That is not at all what I want. I just want to have a really strong and fun relationship with the both of you. Don't you know that I never had siblings of my own? That is why I won't give up until I find a way to make you forgive me and become close to you. As though you were my real sister.
What the hell is this? It looks like no matter how many times I tell you that you're bothering me, you're going to continue trying to contact either myself or Devin.
That's my plan! But is that such a bad thing? You should just get over all of this already and just become friends with me, right? Or I guess what I should say is my older sister. I promise that I won't harass you with rude comments anymore. That was just a complete misunderstanding back then. Hello? Are you still there?
Brandon, you know what I'm going to say, don't you? Maybe. How are you? This is not the time to be laughing. How did you ever manage to get Devin's phone number? And why did you decide that giving it to Stacy was such a good idea? And I don't ever remember telling you guys that I got engaged to him, right? But it isn't like that matters anyways. Stacy said that she wanted to know. That's all. I think she just overheard the topic of you getting engaged and wanted to know a little more about it. She overheard it? That must mean she heard it from Mom or Dad then, right? I'm not sure. So I guess giving out people's phone numbers must be one of your hobbies then. It looks like she tried pretty hard to find out as much as she could about Devin. She even went through all of his social media accounts looking for information about his job. You are really causing us a lot of trouble here. Could you both just piss off a little? That's why I feel sorry. But at the same time, Stacy only wanted to know. I am telling you not to do that anymore, okay? Before you just go ahead and give out someone's information, you should ask that certain someone if it would be okay first. Why is that so hard for you to understand? Well, I just couldn't be bothered to ask either of you. And Stacy just kept on asking me to tell her. What was I supposed to do? Stacy this, Stacy that. Are you her husband or her butler? Well, anyways, about me unblocking her. I don't think I will. You both are always acting without thinking when it comes to me. All the damn time. Even when I tell you that I am tired of your crap, you act as though you need to keep trying to contact me. Asking for my forgiveness and whatnot. You both are really my worst nightmare. I'm the one that is getting pissed off by you.
Huh? Am I the one that keeps giving your number to random idiots that make fun of you? Stop fooling around already! It's because of you two that I keep getting dragged into stupid drama and treated like I need to just let Stacy off the hook.
But we will stop if you just treat us with a little respect and forgive her. Hell, I'm your little brother after all. You should at least be doing that for me.
My God. You have really turned into such a little brat. Is this new attitude all because of her? You never used to be so annoying to talk to in the past. I wonder if her character is starting to rub off on you.
What the hell?
I'm starting to get really exhausted by this conversation. I think I am done for today. I'm going to stop responding to you now.
What?
There is no point to me responding anymore. If anything else happens, I'm just going to ignore it as that seems like the only way to stay sane here. Up until this point, I was always trying to tell you guys to leave me alone. But maybe that was having the opposite effect.
Wait, are you being serious?
I'll let Devin know just to try and ignore you two as well. Replying to you guys seems to only fuel your want to continue to annoy us. Well, anyways, I'm going to block your number now.
Hey, hold up. You need to stop acting like such a child. Avery! Then at least forgive Stacy for what she did before blocking us. Then there will be a small resolution to what has happened, and she can finally catch a small break. Come on! Avery!
It looks like I can't just ignore you after all. What have you been trying to do to me now? What do you mean by wanting to make some established facts? You know, I just want to be a good sister to you. Right now I'm checking with my little brother to see what's going on. I want to see if this number you are using is real or not. Wait, what? Where has Brandon gone? Well, about him. He is with me right now at our parents' house. He says he wants to believe everything you keep trying to say to me. But I think he realized that you want a portion of the money that my husband has. So, do you know what you are really doing? Wait, why is he at your parents' house? He said to me that he was going to work today. Brandon's a pretty big idiot. He said he wanted to believe you, but he said that you kept going around persuading him into doing anything you wanted. Huh? I didn't persuade him. Remember 3 years ago during your wedding? You were freaking out trying to get me to forgive you. He said that you sometimes become insanely jealous of others' lives, and that you are just being rude because you want to get closer to me. He told me all sorts of things about you. But you weren't just being rude to me, right? You were saying all of this to everyone that showed up to your wedding. It seems like you were pretty terrible to everyone. Is that so? I didn't think that I was being so rude. Oh, really? Well, maybe that is why you and Brandon don't always seem to connect with one another. Brandon really has been trying to restore his trust in you. But when you started to try and bribe him... That's not true! That is not at all what I have been trying to do to him. And by the way, Devin says that he has been trying his best to keep out of this, but that he is starting to reach his limit as well. I told him that we should just both go ahead and block you again, but he says he doesn't want to completely cut ties with the two of you. Does that mean that there is still a chance? I said that he doesn't want to cut ties, but... How does that mean that there would still be a chance for you guys? After all I have said to you, you are still only thinking about getting closer to the two of us? No, that's not the only thing I have been thinking. I am so over all of this. You really are just a complete waste of my time. And with all that you have been doing, I still don't have a bit of sympathy for Brandon. I mean, he continued to be a pain in our butts just because he wanted to try and help you out. And just because he is my little brother, doesn't mean that I need to forgive him anytime soon. But... So what are you going to do? And I can tell by the very ruthless and annoying person that you are, that once you realized that you couldn't break down Brandon's barriers, you moved on to trying to antagonize Devin, right? I didn't just decide to try and use him for that. I believe you did, though.
If anything, you would have probably thrown away Brandon for Devin if the two of you hit it off together. It looks to me that even Brandon is thinking of it like that.
What?
I show Brandon the messages you have been sending to Devin.
Why?
Because it couldn't be helped. I'm not leaving him in the dark. And Brandon was asking me to tell him everything that I knew from what you have been sending Devin and I. I even told him what you said about how it was embarrassing that your husband doesn't earn as much money as Devin does. I thought that he definitely needed to know that you said that.
You are kidding me.
I took the opportunity to also tell him that it looks like you're cheating on him with more than one guy.
What? No! Stop making up lies.
Really? That's not what you told me. Maybe since I have kept on ignoring you, you decided to start sending more and more boastful messages to me.
Wait, those are…
Well, in other words, Brandon gradually started to learn that you were no good for him.
This can't be. Why did you have to tell him about all of this?
I didn't think I did anything wrong. Weren't you the one that was sending me all of these messages? All I did was show those messages to him. I didn't think that those messages would cause any huge problems for you. But I was honestly just wondering if he knew what was going on with you since you were sending all of those bold messages like that.
But why did you do that after everything I had already done to you?
Well, I have always been showing him everything that you have sent to me, ever since your wedding day. But he would always deny anything that I tried to complain to him about. For a while, I was getting upset with the way he kept treating the situation. I started to tell him that I didn't even recognize who he was anymore because of how blind he was to the obvious problems you were creating. But when I noticed that he had to keep running around apologizing for how rude you were, I knew I needed to step back in and put a stop to this. So did I do a good job conveying to you why I did what I did?
What happens between us as a married couple is not something you should be concerned about.
That is very much the truth. But he is my little brother, so I need to care for him as my little brother. And also, no matter what I did to try and get you out of my life, you always managed to find a way to wiggle back into it. So then I just started to think about how wonderful it would be if the two of you just got divorced. I have said this so many times before to you, but I really just want you out of my family's life.
Hold on. I would have already understood your point, but going as far as to say you want me gone…
Oh, I guess I should be sorry then. I don't think so, since that is truly how I feel about you. And back to what you said about this being between just the two of you as a married couple. Well, this time, I don't think that is the case. This time, you tried to get my fiancé involved in this mess. Like, seriously, what is your plan with him? Is the only thing you think about in that empty head of yours money? Is that the only way you think you will ever feel happy in life? I feel bad for you.
Don't say such mean stuff like that. When I first heard that you had a reasonably paying job overseas, the idea of finding someone that had a job like you was the only thing that was on my mind. I knew that you would be able to find someone that was just as amazing as you were to marry.
Wow.
I just thought that something nice might come out of getting your fiancé's phone number. That's why I used Brandon to get Devin's number. I thought I should start by trying to make a story up that would make Brandon feel like he was unfaithful to me.
You are really starting to spill the beans now. Are you okay?
At this point, it doesn't matter anymore.
Huh? Really? Brandon's pretty pissed off at the moment, but…
What?
I thought I already told you. Brandon and I are at my parents' house right now. He's been looking at my phone this whole time.
Oh my god.
Well, anyways, we have already been able to get enough evidence to see that you have in fact been cheating on him with at least 3 men. Brandon is contacting different people to start asking them about what he should do next.
Really?
It looks like you're going to be getting divorced. So finally, I'm rid of you once and for all.
I can't believe all this is happening. I can't handle this. I am over all of this. I don't need you guys anyways. And I don't care if we get divorced. But I'm definitely going to get as much out of this divorce as possible. Alimony and everything.
You are pretty selfish, huh? Then I suppose you'll need to go to court.
What?
Brandon knows about the money you've been hiding. Don't think you're about to get away with any of that crap. He's taking you to court to make sure you don't get a dime. You think you had him wrapped around your little finger, but he sees through you now, you lying, cheating scumbag. I hope you learn your lesson, now that you don't have anyone to take advantage of. Have fun starting over with nothing.
Wait! That would ruin me! Please! Talk to Brandon for me!
After all of the research that Brandon had done, it seems that Stacy had 2 accounts where she was hiding assets from Brandon. She also had a secret credit card. The bill detailed all the money she'd been spending on her 5, that's right, it was actually 5 lovers. So with all of that, Brandon was able to get a divorce from Stacy. And on top of that, he was awarded a divorce settlement that exceeded the couple's combined assets, taking into account Stacy's poor behavior and theft. Stacy tried asking her boyfriends for money but was shut down immediately by all of them, so she had to ask her parents for help in paying off her debt. After that was paid off, Stacy didn't have any place to live, so she ultimately had to move back in with her parents and was told she needed to find a job within 3 months of living with them. If she didn't make that happen, she would be forced to leave her parents' place. So it looks like she is frantically looking for a job right now. As for Brandon and I, well, we didn't really make up for everything that happened. He won't seem to forgive me for how I treated the situation, but instead of cutting all ties to one another, we have decided to just keep our distance from each other for now. I am sure that one day, he will find the strength to forgive me, and then we can move on and enjoy our lives as a happy family again. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.